So today I wanted to share with you guys my no pressure home tidying routine. This is a stress-free routine that I do on the daily to keep my home tidy with two kids. I have a 4 and a 3-year-old, and they mess my house up every day, but I always try to keep it tidy throughout the day and before I go to bed at night. So I wanted to share my routine with you guys. So if you are also tidying with kids at home, this is your permission slip to just keep it simple. This isn't a deep clean. This is just a reset that helps the house feel calmer without doing everything. And if you are a mom of multiple kids, you know that after breakfast, it becomes more chaotic in your household. So usually after breakfast, that is when I decide to start cleaning, because the kids are usually playing and doing their own thing, and it's just the perfect time to get up and start resetting the kitchen. I always start with the kitchen just because it is the heart of our home. We eat pretty much every meal at home. We do eat out, but we do eat at home a lot. So our kitchen is always messy, and I'm not aiming for perfection here. I'm just washing what's in the sink and putting away what's already clean, and then wiping my counters down. Future me will just thank me for at least starting this task so it doesn't build up throughout the day. I feel like once the kitchen is at least complete, I can relax a little bit. I can't do this all at once. The kids will interrupt me, we'll play and do other things. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, wow, she's getting this all done without her kids interrupting her, absolutely not. That does not happen. This is real life. I get interrupted. I have to sit down for a minute and deal with tantrums or whatever we have going on. So, this is something that I am doing throughout the day. Sometimes this takes me all day. Sometimes I can get this done in the morning. Sometimes I don't get any of it done until after dinner. It really just depends on the day, but it is something that I try to do every day, at least to make sure that my house is kept up with. Does anybody else feel like they're constantly taking their trash out? I feel like I do this at least once a day, if not multiple times a day. And I don't know if that's just us. We have a lot of trash cans in our house, and there is at least one bag that has to be emptied every day. Let me know. So I also am doing a laundry every day. A load a day keeps the chaos away. I firmly believe that. I had a little bit of extra laundry this day because the day before we were doing tons of bedding. So I have some leftover bedding that had to be put away before I could wipe down my kitchen table, which is what I'm doing here. I also had all these heavy jackets hanging on our bar stools because the weather has been so back and forth. One day it's hot outside, the next day it's freezing. Today it's warm, so I'm putting away all these jackets, hanging them back up until tomorrow, probably, honestly. I'm also switching out my light bulbs because if you follow Dad Simply Cooking, he is always changing out these light bulbs for his videos, and sometimes he forgets to put them back. But that's okay, I am fixing it for him. My non negotiable is picking toys, what trash, whatever it is, off the floor. I cannot stand to have stuff in the floor. I have this ingrained in my brain from working retail. That was our number one rule. You could not have anything in the floor when you left the store at night. And that has stayed in my brain ever since, which was over 10 years ago. I cannot stand having toys in the floor. Like, I try to pick them up every night before we go to bed, at least. Sometimes I'm doing this multiple times a day because you guys know how kids are. But this is my non negotiable. And I think it also helps your home look tidy, even though it might be shoved in a corner, at least there's nothing in the floor. It is my number one tip. If everything is picked up off the floor, the house just feels more manageable. Even if nothing else gets done, at least there's nothing in the floor like toys, blankets, random cups. They all just need to go back where they belong. Lastly, vacuuming, sweeping. I used to do this daily, but we do not have any animals in our home anymore. We just recently had to put down our senior dog, which is so sad, and I do miss him. But I'm going to be honest, I don't miss vacuuming every day. Now I can vacuum at least every other day, if not 3 times a week. It's not as bad as it used to be. But I do try to do this multiple times a week because there's always stuff falling in the floor. And I will say, I don't have dog hair in the floor now, but I do have food in the floor from the kids dropping the food and not having our dog here to pick it up for us. And lastly, doing a load of laundry. Like I mentioned before, I try to do a load every day. Sometimes I do more than one every day. We have a lot of laundry in this household. There's only 4 of us, but it just is never ending. That's it. No stress, no pressure. Just a simple reset with kids at home. If this helped you feel a little less overwhelmed, you're not alone and you're doing great. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.